Hello, everybody. I hope y'all having a wonderful evening. So a few days ago, I got an email from my CPA. It is talking about that I need to file a BOI report. This is coming from the U.S. Department of Treasury's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. And it is intended to help combat money laundering activities by requiring some businesses to report their beneficial ownership information. They're just really trying to know who owns that company. So you're a business owner like myself. Of course, this affects you. The only thing that kind of took me back was the fact that my CPA was asking to file this report for me, and he wanted to charge me $300. So I figured, you know what? I'm all about saving money. Let me see if I can fill out this report by myself. Now, I have already filled out this report, but I wanted to walk you through the steps that I went through to get this report filled out. First things first, I'm not a CPA. If you don't think you can do this by yourself, please go consult your CPA or tax attorney. This video is not tax advice or anything to do with finance. This is really for entertainment and educational purposes only. Now that we got that out the way, also another thing I wanted to say is the information I'm about to share on here is totally bogus. I made this information up. It's all handwritten with bogus numbers. And any relation to anybody who's living is totally, accidental. So now that we got that out the way, let's move on. So you're going to come to this website, finset.gov. All right, you're going to come down here to where it says BOI. You're going to come up here and go to where it says file report using the BOI e-filing system and click on that. You're going to go to get started. You can either do this two ways. You can prepare a PDF and then submit that, or you can do the online format. I'm going to submit online because for most of us, this is the first time. We're going to click on initial report. As you can see, that's today's date. We'll click next. Because this is our first time again, we're going to request a FinCEN ID. We're going to list the name of our company. I'm going to call our company Rise and Shine LLC. We don't have a DBA. For our tax ID type, we're going to use an EIN number. Once again, these numbers are bogus. They're all totally made up. I'm just going to write these numbers down. It's 903, 9121. All right. And then we're going to scroll down. We're in the United States. Territory, we're just going to use Texas. And further down, we're going to put our business address on here. So we're going to use 1234 Main Street. And we're going to randomly say our business is in Arlington, Texas. And the country is the United States. The state is Texas. A random zip code in Arlington, 76010. And then we're going to go next. Now, on here, company applicants, if you decide that you want your CPA to do this for you, they will be the one filling out this page. But because we're trying to do it ourselves and we were trying to save money, we're going to check box 16. And once we check that box, every spot on this page is grayed out. We can't fill out anything on here. So we're going to go next. Now, beneficial owners. So this is us. If the business is for a minor and you're a parent, you need to check this box and put your information on there. If you already have a FinCEN ID, you need to put your information on here. At the very end of the video, I'm going to talk about where this comes in handy. If you're an exempt entity, you can check this box. At the end of the video, I will list some of the information from FinCEN on who's an exempt entity. This time around now, we talk about the beneficial owners. So this is basically me or you. So we're going to go with our last name. We're going to call ourselves Mr. Edison. And then our first name is Thomas. And then we're just going to say we were born December 10th, 1959. Just a random date of birth, okay? Our address. Some of us run our businesses from home. As you can see in the background, I'm at home. So we're just going to put the same address we put for the business and say this is Main Street. And we're going to say we're in Arlington, Texas. and then country is United States. And we're going to say this is Texas. The zip code we used is 76010. Okay, and then we're going to go down here. It's asking for identification. So we're going to say we're going to provide a state ID, a random identification number. We're going to say 235 9999. That's too many nines. 11. All right. And then this is also issued in the United States, in Texas. No tribal or local areas. Down here, it's asking us to upload an image of our driver's license. So I'm going to take an image I copied off the internet. Just going to put it in there. And then we're going to go next. Now on this page is where we get to submit, but we need to go ahead and put our email address on here. So we're just going to, create a random email address for Mr. Thomas Edison at, yahoo.net. And then we're going to try to make sure that's the same email address, Edison at yahoo.net. And if they match, we're good. And then our first name is Thomas. And then we're going to say Edison is our last name. And then we're going to click agree. Down here, it's going to ask us to verify we're human. Here's a caveat. If you have a VPN, go ahead and disable it. Otherwise, this is going to take you through loop. So I've already disabled my VPN. I'm going to go ahead and click I'm a human. It's going to ask me to match what looks like a burger up here. So I know that's the one. And I'm going to go through that. That looks like a burger again. That's the same one. I'm going to verify that. And then we're done. And at this point, I'm ready to submit this report. Because the information is bogus, of course, I'm not going to submit this report. I'm just going to exit out of there, get out of there. But I wanted to bring up this document that my CPA also sent. This is provided by by FinCEN. This is an attachment that he sent to this email. And essentially, this requirement for filing was something the Congress enacted back in 2021 under the Corporate Transparency Act. Scrolling down, it's a new federal reporting requirement for beneficial ownership information. Starting 2024 January, many companies in the U.S. will have to report information about their beneficial owners, essentially individuals who ultimately own or control the companies. All right, scrolling down, it's asking who has to report. Companies required to report are called reporting companies. Reporting companies may have to obtain information from their beneficial owners and report that information to FinCEN. All right. Your company may be a reporting company and need to report information about its beneficial owners if your company is a corporation, an LLC, or otherwise created in the U.S. by filing a document with the Secretary of State or similar office under the law of a state or Indian tribe, or if your company is a foreign company and was registered to do business in any U.S. state or Indian tribe. So essentially, that's an umbrella saying every company that was formed in the U.S., or if you're a foreign company but you've decided to do business in the U.S. When you scroll down, who does not have to report who does not have to report the BOI? 23 types of entities are exempt from the BOI information reporting requirements. These entities include publicly traded companies, non-profits, and large operating companies. All right. So to get more information, just go to the fincen.boi and then you'll find all those companies on there. So, and how do you report? I just shown you. Just go to fincen.gov. When do I have to report? And this is important. Okay. Reports will be accepted starting January 1st, 2024. We are already in July. I'm just now finding out this in July. If your company was registered prior to January 1, 2024, you will have until essentially December 31st, 2024. So if your company was formed prior to 2024, you have the whole of this year to report. If your company was created after January 1 this year, you will, and before January 1, 2025, or, essentially before the end of this year, You must report your BOI within 90 calendar days after receiving your actual or public notice that your company's creation or registration is effective. So basically, you have 90 days from the time you get that letter in the mail saying that, hey, congratulations for forming your company. If your company was registered or created after January 2025, meaning next year, you will have 30 calendar days after you get that notice in the mail to report this. Okay? Any updates or correction to beneficial ownership information that you previously filed with FinCEN must be submitted within 30 days. So if you decide to sell your companies, or you get bought out, or you change the ownership or anything like that, you transfer the company to your children, you have 30 days from the date of that transfer to report this. And this is important. I haven't seen anywhere where they're talking about fines or anything like that. But when you want to play with the IRS, these people will shut down your company. Well, folks, I hope you found this information helpful. If you like this content, please consider subscribing, like this video, and I will talk to you again next time.